Braden, keep bringing that heat all night, all right? Bonfire Banter. Here we are. We're doing a very special Marvel movies episode. And we got a couple first-time things happening tonight, so I'm very excited about it. We'll start over here with the face that we all should know by this point. This is Jess Brown, our director's wife, also our female face of Bonfire Banter. She makes us look much more professional than we deserve to look. So, Jess, thanks for coming out again tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you watch the movies. You're pretty passionate about being on this one, right?
Marvel movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've obviously seen them all. We'll get into some things here in a second, but this is something you felt passionate about coming out when we first saw it, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then we have Mr. Mike, and it's Cornice, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's right. I always, the spelling of it always throws me off a little bit. Yeah. So I worked with Mike a while back at Redstone, and him and his son said, you guys watch some Marvel movies together, I'm sure. And this is Braden over here as well. And he's coming out first time. I'm happy about. It's the first time we've had a kid on the show. Yeah, we can see his face a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We got to see his face. There you go. Now you're good. So yeah, we got a middle schooler out here. It's our first Gen Z, I think, on the episode. So this is fantastic. This guy. Not as bad as all the other ones. No, yeah, I've talked to him. He seems pretty cool.
I can't do as much as the other ones can.
Yeah.
Can't run away from my crimes.
You're out here doing this, and that's more than most.
Yeah. There's a lot of kids that are a little too shy to come on something like this. And then you guys are seeing this beautiful floating head over our ex. That is Amanda Simpson, all the way from Florida. Amanda, this is actually the reason we started this episode was a man had reached out. I think I was voting for your relative's dog online for some kind of competition of cuteness.
One of my good friends'
Yeah.
dogs, like how cute they were, that she could have won money from it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then and you kind of reached out, or we were trying to get you on an episode, and this topic was your idea. So pretty happy to have you on. We built the whole episode just around Amanda Simpson's recommendation, which just goes toward the point. If you're watching the show and there's something you want to talk about and there's an episode you'd like to be on, we will take that recommendation, we will make the episode, and we will build a panel around it. So thank you, Amanda, for watching and making this happen, because I think it's going to be a pretty fun one tonight. So, Braden,
Thanks
first off, I want to go with Braden first here. Who's your favorite comic book guy? It doesn't have to just be Marvel. Deadpool. Why is Deadpool your favorite guy here?
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. I think we'd all agree with that. And isn't he coming?
That's
right?
fantastic.
And then we all know, and Ryan Reynolds is, easy to look at. I don't know what this dimpled face that he's got on Deadpool, but still ripped up. But as far as Deadpool, aren't they bringing him into the Marvel universe and stuff now?
He is Marvel.
Okay. So this next movie they're doing with Deadpool, is that goes into, are they going to be bringing in characters? Do you know any of this? I don't know. No. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if they're bringing in characters from the other Marvel movies or not.
From what I heard.
Okay.
It's sort of like an
Yeah.
but
And of course we start to get rain as we're talking. Turn your mic switch up. Yeah, this might get a little wet here. We were not supposed to get rain.
Check.
Rob, we might need to bump some bags on these cameras here.
Aha!
So that always throws a nice wrinkle in there. You look at the forecast and there's no rain.
I'm fine.
But then Braden's ready to go. Well, hopefully the forecast is somewhat accurate in that it's not going to rain long if it does rain.
That doesn't look too bad for Chicago.
We're not super prepared for the rain tonight. But movies-wise, Braden, I know that there's a lot of movies in this whole, let's just stick Marvel universe here now. What was your favorite movie of all these? Is there one that you think of and you're like,
Captain America.
The first Captain America?
Yep.
Okay. Why is that?
It's hilarious, too.
It's hilarious. Well, I like that he starts out like a little skinny guy.
I like how he's kind of a dork in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's all buff and he finds his friend and he goes, I remembered you smaller.
Yep. And that Bucky that ends up being the Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
right? Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good moment. I think the CGI they did with what's his name, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the CGI they did was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a while back. Too.
It was a while back, and it was like what? It was. I think it was like 2012.
I was gonna say
it was,
it was coming
somewhere
up on a
around there.
decade old. That
Yeah.
movie
Yeah, definitely.
But just getting him to look that skinny
for a
then,
while in the
like,
movie.
and he took like at
It was
least
creepy.
6 months.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah, it took at least 6 months for him to get in the actual physique of
Oh,
Captain
he's
America.
jacked. When they
Yeah.
pull him out of the really dangerous tanning bed that he went into, he was looking buff and stuff. I mean, there was Chris Evans is definitely a heartthrob after that scene there.
When he wears a hat, like in movies, oh my gosh. Like
When he wears
he's
the what?
When he's in Civil War and he's
Yeah.
wearing a baseball hat, I was like, done.
Oh,
Favorite.
it's not his abs, it's not his pecs, it's the hat for you.
No, he just the hat.
She looks like a
Just
hat girl, definitely.
hat and glasses. Like I don't even need to know who he is. He looks good.
He was like undercover, like Cap on those. He was trying to be like low key, not low key,
loved
but
it.
low key.
See what you did there.
How funny that was.
Yeah, he's like that.
needs work.
Yeah, that was good. So Mike, let's bounce this around you then, and I'm guessing you probably have a different answer than your son, but is there one that sticks out in your mind that you're like, I love that one?
I don't have a single favorite movie.
Yeah.
I have definitely certain favorite parts in a
Okay,
lot
yeah.
of movies. When the On Your Left is just classic to me. I absolutely love that.
Remind me of this. I'm blanking.
I think it's at the beginning of what was it? Civil War, I believe
Winter
it was.
Soldier.
It's at the beginning. Of
Or is
Winter
it Winter Soldier?
Okay.
Yeah. When Anthony Mackie and him, and he's just lapping Anthony Mackie around
Yeah.
Washington Square.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
like I just love that scene.
Gotcha. Okay.
What else? The entire Endgame final scene is just absolutely so well done.
With
and
him
well
being
acted.
old and
yeah. It's just unreal to me. But those, I guess, were my two favorite scenes that I could.
I like
pick
that
out
though.
of.
I like dialing scenes. I mean, because again, when I watched it, it was right before COVID. It was like January last year, and I'd been talking bad about the Marvel movies my entire life. I'd only seen the two Guardians of the Galaxy that I didn't even realize they tied in when I saw them. I just like Chris Pratt, so I was like, we went and saw them in the theaters and stuff. I didn't realize they even tied in. And then I end up watching them in the order that they happen. So it's like, Captain America, the first one, and then it goes Captain Marvel, and then it goes from, I think it's Iron Man from there, Iron Man 2, and then it goes from there. But I watched them like that. And the thing that struck me was not only being able to carry the story throughout and keep intertwining all these people, but other than Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle, they keep like Robert Downey Jr. for how many movies is that guy in?
22, 23.
It's like, is it really that many?
Well, how many is he?
No, yeah, I was gonna
he's
say-
not in all of the
Yeah.
movies, but
I was gonna
it's
say
at least
he's in like
10
a
or
lot of
12.
them,
Yeah,
and
and
that's just so impressive to me.
I like how they kind of reinvented his character halfway through. Also with Spider-Man, like they gave him
Because he
something
becomes like a fatherly,
father
aspect.
exactly.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things
My
that keep him fresh. You know.
Yeah. How do you feel about that little relationship they had there, Amanda?
Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. Like I remember watching what was the Spider-Man that came right after everything happened. It was the
Homecoming or whatever?
London one.
Was it?
Far from
Yeah,
Home.
I think when
Oh,
they
Far
went
From
to
Home, yeah.
when they went to Europe, it was Far From Home.
Yeah.
And I remember like when he's on the plane and he's just like, I miss him. And he's just like so emotional. And you just see like how important that relationship was. Like he just built it up. But he came in during Civil War. Like when they brought Black Panther in that one. They brought Ant-Man in that one. They brought Spider-Man in that one. It was just phenomenal. I feel like that was like the hidden Avengers movie that really wasn't, because they were all just going crazy. But I mean, they brought everyone to life and they kind of showed like all these characters that I was like, who the heck? Like, why are we having this one come in now? But that's one of my favorite movies for sure. But I loved how Iron Man just grew the whole time.
Yeah.
But
I
I
love
watched it
that-
a different way than we watched it.
Okay, you were saying that earlier. Yeah. I love that scene where It's in Homecoming, and earlier in the movie, Iron Man's there, but he's not really there. It's like he sent his suit, and then like Spider-Man's like on the roof with him, and he's like, if you really cared, you'd be here. And then like he like clicks the button, and he like walks out of the suit,
Yeah.
and he like is there, and it's like so badass because you could tell like he's very disappointed in like Spider-Man for doing what he did and like going against his word and like hacking the suit and all that stuff. And it was like, I don't know, that moment I felt like he was really like, giving him that tough love and being like, he gives him that famous line like, if you're nothing without the suit, then like I forget.
I think it's something like
then
you
you
don't
weren't any.
deserve it,
Or something
like
something
that.
along like
Essentially.
yeah. If you feel like you're nothing without the suit, then you were never anything without the suit or something like along those lines. Like if you're not special without the suit, then I guess
Then
you
you're
aren't who
just
I
not.
thought you were.
Yeah.
Kind of which I thought was a super powerful scene when you're talking about those guys like relationships back and forth. But I was watching a little bit of Endgame today, and again, it's like that's the spark of getting Tony Stark back in the mix with them trying to go back in time because he wanted nothing to do with it because he's got a daughter now in his life. He's living in this cabin, but then he looks at the picture of him and Spider-Man. He's like, it's like the motivating reason why he ends up wanting to get involved with the time travel stuff and goes back to the SHIELD headquarters or whatever the hell they call it at that point.
I think another really like, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about scenes that I really enjoyed in Far From Home when Spider-Man makes his own suit.
Okay.
I absolutely love that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that suit.
It's such a good scene,
It's
like
so
it
sick.
just
Like after he's been-
everything
after he's
hits
been
you
stripped
all
of
at
the
once.
suit, you're talking about?
Like no, well he when they were on the plane.
It was
Okay.
on the plane, right?
Yeah, well, they were on the plane and making their own. He was making his own suit, and then who is it? Favreau just like clicks the
Happy.
button. He's I got the music, and it's what is it? Back in Black, I
Yeah.
think it is, and because that's the moment for me when it actually hit that Iron Man's dead, and
Yeah.
this is kind of his.
Mhm.
This is the next
This is the
version
protege.
of Iron Man,
Yeah.
and I just thought that was like super.
Yeah. So as far as Spider-Man, what do you like one of those two movies better than one of the other?
No, but I'm not big on Spider-Man,
No?
but my sensei at my karate is obsessed with him.
Yeah.
He dresses up as him on Halloween.
Yeah.
and
Every year.
Wears it to karate.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though. At least he's getting into it, right?
Yeah, and he literally is a real life Spider-Man. He does all these weird
I've seen
flips.
this guy flip off walls and
Really?
stuff. It is
Yeah.
the coolest thing, but I don't understand how humans can do that.
Yeah.
It's
can
just
do,
unreal
like-
how it's actually possible.
Yeah.
Where do you go to karate? Where's that at?
Sky Centers.
Sky Centers? Do you know what town it's in?
Lombard.
Yeah, Lombard.
Lombard?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want to get a shout out to Mr. Sensei here? I don't know.
You would love it. Go
Yeah.
for it.
What's his name?
Chris.
Sensei Chris.
Sensei
Sensei Chris. Okay. And what was the name of it again? Sky Centers, you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. In Lombard. Sweet. Well, shout out to Chris over there at Sky Centers in Lombard. And if you're looking for some karate classes, Braden highly recommends them. So pretty cool stuff.
I mean, he's 12 and almost a black belt, so it's
I've been doing it for
pretty cool.
9
That is
years.
impressive.
9 years?
Yeah.
For 9 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome. Doing anything for 9 years is pretty impressive.
Well, and think how young you would have been when you started.
I've kept
Yeah.
Sophia alive
That's
for 9
amazing.
years. I'm happy.
What'd you say?
I've kept Sophia alive for 9 years. I'm good.
Yeah. You should feel accomplished as well, man.
I don't think I've
That's-
done anything that long.
Yeah, I started when I was 3.
Started when you were
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
They called me Batman at my karate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why
So
is
the-
that?
Yeah, why was that?
Because my favorite weapon is the bow staff, and that's Batman's iconic weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's
'cause
pretty
he's
awesome.
always fighting with a pole.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around with guns.
No.
Batman's an anti-gun kind of guy. That's pretty cool.
Unless
That's a
you're Zack Snyder Batman.
Yeah, I was going to say most of the movies.
If you're Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder. Fill me in on this. What Batman was he shooting guns?
Well, this is the Ben Affleck.
Oh, Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Batman's shooting guns.
Yeah, like he just murders criminals.
Oh, okay.
That's terrible.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's not great.
guns are bad.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
Yeah.
to me, I didn't think that's Batman.
No, I agree. I thought Batman's all about gadgets and like kung fu and stuff. Like he's supposed to beat up people without the weapons, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Batman's about. Ben Affleck, I mean, is he really supposed to be Batman? I don't know. I like Christian Bale. I like some Michael Keaton.
Who's your favorite Robin?
Robin, jeez Louise. I don't even know if I know the actors' names that played Robin.
The one with George Clooney.
Oh, okay. Who was playing that one?
Chris O'Donnell.
That
Chris
was
O'Donnell.
my favorite Batman movie. It's so cheesy. but
Really?
it's great.
I don't
George
get-
Clooney.
That's the worst one.
Danny DeVito is the Penguin. Poison Ivy is Uma Thurman. Totally
Oh,
off
you're mixing-
Marvel, but that is my
you're
favorite.
mixing
It's so
stuff up
cheesy,
now.
but it's great. Fantastic cast. Hands
Rob
down.
is saying you're mixing up these
say-
Batman movies.
Did you say Danny DeVito?
No, it's the same, isn't it? I'm
Danny
googling it.
DeVito as Penguin is Batman Return.
With who?
That's Michael Keaton.
Oh, that's Keaton?
Second movie.
Is that the one where Schwarzenegger gets in there too?
No,
Oh no, it's the
that's
Schwarzenegger
Batman
one.
and
It's
Robin.
with the Frozen guy. Yeah, my bad. Messed that one up.
Gotcha.
No, you had everybody else right. Poison Ivy.
Uma
I
Thurman,
love that
Poison Ivy.
That's
I
the
don't think
best
he
one.
was-
See,
I
I'd
think he's
rather
just
just stick to
Schwarzenegger.
Marvel. I'm not good with DC. They changed too much.
I just don't get why Batman has
Case in
to
point,
adopt
right
so
there.
many kids.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, he's supposed to be a rich philanthropist. I mean, isn't that what you do? Don't you know about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie? Rich people adopt a bunch of kids. That's what they do.
Yeah, and he locks them in his basement. Isn't that a little creepy?
I think it's very creepy. I'm needing to get an update on which one he locks a bunch of kids in his basement. I think anyone locking kids in their basement is creepy. So
Yeah.
you know where I stand on this whole topic.
Yeah.
So when you go to bed tonight and you're
Bonfire
locked in the
Banter does
basement,
not condone.
Yeah, don't call your dad creepy.
Our basement door doesn't lock.
Cute.
let it be known.
Let it be.
Bonfire Banter.
Yeah.
Our basement does not lie.
It's true.
This is
Yeah,
why
if your
Florida
kids
doesn't
got-
have basements, by the way.
Yeah, Florida, she has got no
Crazy
options
there.
there. Yeah, your daughter probably has no idea what a basement is. She's probably all confused.
She's literally standing right here, like creeping in.
And tell her to say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sophie, right?
Hello.
Sophia, yeah.
Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
How's it going? Do you like the Marvel movie, Sophia?
Yes, I'm a fan because everybody else in my family's pretty much a fan.
Yeah. Do you
No.
do you have a certain character you like the most?
I'd have to say Wonder Woman.
That's not Wonder,
Wonder
Woman.
Woman?
That's DC. DC.
Hey, that's DC is cool though. Still, she's definitely a cool one. I know
Powerful
they.
character.
Yeah, she's definitely a pretty.
Um,
That's like Iron Man, Spider Man, Captain America.
Thor.
Captain Marvel, Black
Thor.
Widow.
Black Widow.
You're like,
Oh,
Black
that's your
Widow?
mom, right? Are you a Black Widow as well?
Mhm.
Yeah, you like the Wanda though, but you're aren't you a Wanda fan? You said, Amanda.
Yeah, I love Wanda. Wanda's
Yeah.
my fave.
Black Widow's
That's
pretty
the
cool though,
redemption
and
story
it's
of
Scarlett
Wanda.
Johansson. So can't get mad about Scarlett Johansson.
I mean, I'm part of the fan club.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hey,
Bye.
Can we get a
See
favorite
y'all
female
later.
character of the MCU?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Braden, who's
Yeah.
your favorite female character?
Scarlet Witch.
You like Scarlet Witch?
Yeah.
She is pretty badass. That's for sure.
Scarlet Witch, isn't that?
That's
Wanda.
the Olsen.
It's
twin.
what?
They're the sister of the Olsen.
That's Wanda.
It's Wanda, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Who's yours?
Wanda Maximoff.
Yeah. And her brother was the super speedy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were both like Hydra
Quicksilver.
agents, right? And then they were like kind of like working for.
They were
Ultron.
like Russian spy
Yeah.
people. weren't
They volunteer to be experimented on
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
Tony Stark's technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Boom.
there's a bomb that doesn't go off in the place they're living in Sokovia, and so they want revenge on him, and so they
Yeah.
volunteer for Strucker's
Gotcha.
experiments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're meant to be tools of that, but
Yes.
that all changes very quickly.
And it changes during Ultron, right? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they flip when they find out Ultron wants to like, eliminate all human beings and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure I was up to date on all this stuff because there's a lot of twists and
I was
turns.
gonna
You're
say
doing
it's
good.
been like it was a 2009 release for Iron Man,
Yeah.
and so it's been 12 years since we've like compiled all of this
Yeah.
Marvel
Again,
stuff. Like,
that
it's difficult to
that time span, time span of like actual years that this is taking place, to have all these guys keep coming back for more is like, I think it was like unheard of.
And now I feel like it's coming out more rapidly too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with
the
Disney
shows and
Plus and
everything,
everything.
like, coming out so
and,
much.
like, yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not up to date on WandaVision, and I'm not up to date on the new Captain America, one.
Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah, what is it called? Okay, yeah. So I gotta get up to date on those two new shows. But I've heard WandaVision. Like I watched the first 2 episodes, and it was like I couldn't.
I'm guilty. I haven't seen any of WandaVision.
I got off it, but I keep being told to go back.
I've heard I really should. I heard it's very,
awesome.
very time sensitive, where you have to be like period appropriate to understand what's actually going on, and like within the multiverse, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
Correct. Like you would need to know. You'd have to have a lot of background knowledge
Exactly.
to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You do, definitely.
They don't do a good job catching you up. I mean, they kind of do, but
Yeah.
it definitely helps to have seen it.
Yeah.
Well, all there really is to know about the multiverse is it's total opposite.
As far as
What do you mean?
The superheroes
okay.
in the multiverse.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that it's opposite, like the superheroes, and then
What do you mean opposite? Well, opposite of what? What do you mean?
like the
I'm trying to have you
regular
teach me.
superheroes. Isn't the multi?
So do you mean like bad versions of the superheroes
Yeah.
in the MCU?
Yeah,
Is that like that? I don't know.
yeah.
I don't actually know. The WandaVision's the first real
Yeah.
dive into the idea of the multiverse.
Okay.
And then Multiverse of Madness is coming out.
Okay. That's gonna be interesting to
And
see what happens
it
with that.
ties in with that because you
Okay.
definitely understand, like when you're watching it, that there's other things going on in the background because there's different years too that are
Yeah.
in that,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. And then when is the new Thor one supposed to come out? Love and Thunder, right? Is that the name of it?
I don't know.
It's got to be
They
coming out
just
soon.
released, like a teaser picture of it, I think yesterday, but I don't think that's anytime soon.
I wanna say
really?
It's 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
So next year.
Next year. Yeah.
Next year.
So not too bad, but I'm definitely like excited to see another Thor movie though.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god,
I
it's
mean-
so funny. So funny.
I mean, is it not like Fat Thor like the funniest thing of maybe the entire Marvel?
Drunk fat Thor.
Yeah, drunk Fat
Oh
Thor.
my God, it's so funny. Playing video
So funny.
games, advocating for people,
Yeah.
bullying people on video games. He was
Yeah.
just an icon.
Noob
in
master.
itself. Like,
Yeah,
I will
Noob
come down to
Master.
your basement.
Can I just like take him home?
I just watched this one the other day, and I love that. What was the other part of that? He ends up going in, and actually they end up getting him to go into the little facility, and then Stark's walking behind him. He's like, says something like, "Hey, watch out, Big Lebowski." It's so
One side,
funny.
Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
Like in Infinity War.
yeah.
When I don't know his name. Again.
Oh, we're starting to get a little drizzle
Star-
again.
Star-Lord and him are arguing, and they are. And
Oh, you
he's
mean
copying his
About
voice.
who's in charge?
This is my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when he's fainted and he goes, "Oh my God, this dude is buff." No, this isn't a dude. This is a man. You're a dude.
Yeah.
That's perfect, Brady.
That was wonderful, Braden.
That was ideal.
Those two together are hilarious.
Yeah.
though. And
Oh
I
my
can't
God,
wait for
they're
the new
the
Guardians
funniest.
movie because of that.
Well, what's
Yeah.
the whole part where Vision picks up the hammer, and Thor is all like butthurt about it because he can actually pick it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And Captain almost picks it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
No,
where
Captain
that's
can.
when everyone gets nervous when it starts shaking in his hand. Like, well,
Yeah,
he
it's
probably
definitely an
deserved
interesting
it.
part of that. Hey, while we're doing this here really quick, we're going to have you guys sign the axe. And Amanda, we've talked about this. We're going to have Jess sign for you because she's got more of a female's touch here. So she's going to sign your name on the axe for you here because you're, a little far away to be getting your hands on this axe. There's no guard
No
on there,
way.
so be careful. I have no shoes on. So yeah, definitely sign on there. We gotta put you guys in the history books on the Bonfire Banter set here. But we talked about kind of like relationships between people and, kind of the Tony Stark and the Spider-Man kind of relationship. And there's so many of those like really close relationships between characters to where like, like Romanoff and Hulk, they have a pretty special relationship. You know, she also has a pretty special relationship with like Hawkeye, you know, and then you're going into Wanda and Vision. Obviously,
Even her
they have
relationship
something.
with Captain America is pretty important too.
Yeah.
Who's?
Like she had incredible relationships with everybody. I don't know, like you watch different ones and she's just
You said it too? Yeah.
you didn't realize like she was there when who was Captain America's like love that he ends
Peggy
up going
Carter?
back to. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Dr. Agent Carter. Yeah.
She was there even when they were about to be on different wavelengths with Civil War. Like when she passed away, like she was like, I didn't want you to be alone. Like with Hawkeye, they're like best friends. The Hulk and her almost like dated, I guess. But I mean,
Yeah,
she
right.
has relationships with everybody. And I'm
Yeah.
really excited about her movie because I want to see her backstory like all
Absolutely.
together.
That is
Like, I said,
badass.
it's
Yeah,
coming
I
out.
forgot that one was
I'm
coming
really,
out.
I'm really happy that they're giving her own movie.
She
too, 'cause
should.
She deserves it. Like
She
her
does.
I
character
mean, I
deserves
would
it.
love a
let alone
show, but a
her.
movie would be good too. I mean,
Is it a
I'll
show
take
or a
it
movie?
at this
It's
point.
a movie.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
movie.
movie.
It's going
Oh,
to
it
be
is a
in
movie.
theaters.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
supposed to-
badass.
it was supposed to come out like a year
Before
ago.
the
Yeah, they had to
pandemic.
delay
And
because
Gotcha.
of COVID. Yeah.
Is Colin Jost, did he find his way onto any of the characters on that?
Oh, I
Her
love him
SNL,
too.
her SNL boyfriend?
I don't know who that
No,
is.
they don't got him in the background like Stan Lee used to pop his head in,
No, no.
which was
Hey,
another.
By the way, my favorite female,
Yes,
Peggy Carter.
Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she like after Kat died, she ended up like creating Shield and all that.
Yeah, she was a creator of S.H.I.E.L.D. And
Yeah.
technically the entire time that you see her, she knows that she's secretly living with Steve. Time.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about
So-
that.
So in
I didn't
Winter
even know
Soldier-
that.
You just blew my mind.
So-
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So in Winter Soldier, when he is visiting her in a hospital bed and she's an old woman,
Yeah.
she's lying the whole time, knowing that I've lived a
I've
whole
spent my life with
I
you.
lived a whole life with you.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That just blew
You know
my
what's
mind.
funny is like when
That blew my mind as well.
when she passes away, her niece is like she kept a lot of secrets or whatever, and like didn't even that what I didn't tell her anything else. But I mean, now it's like if that actually is what happened, like it's like mind blown, done.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that you're talking about everybody kind of syncing up into
Yeah.
just the universe, because me and Braden, we were watching Infinity War and then we watched Endgame like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it finally started to click all these little connections from all
Yeah.
the past movies and everything
it's
like
so
that.
brilliantly written.
It really is. Like
It's crazy to me.
unreal.
Like all the little things. Now that I'm going back the second time through to watch it all, I'm like catching all these things, and I'm like, oh my God! Like the guy that gets killed in the first Avengers movie, the agent that is working for,
Coulson.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he gets murdered there. But he's like, he's first off, he's a super
His
big
name
like,
is Agent.
yeah. What do you say?
His name is Agent. That's
Yeah.
what Tony says.
Yeah, yeah.
His
first name
Agent.
is Agent. Yeah. That second Iron Man, I think. But just him popping up in the beginning movies, and it's like seeing his, he was actually the catalyst for why the Avengers got together. 'Cause
Yeah.
he gets murdered, and like it was that pushing part that like Samuel L. Jackson ended up hiding the cards, like putting some blood on him or something like that. Being
Yeah.
like they were on him, and they're like
To
those
rally.
cards were not on the
Yeah.
like they needed a rally point.
Yeah.
They needed something to rally around. So it's like Sam Jackson's also pulling out of strings there.
Now he's responsible
Tyson
for
Fury.
the creation of the Avengers.
Yeah.
I wish they had like an actual maybe not a movie, but like a 2 or 3 part like mini series about him before Avengers
You
Initiative.
get a little bit of him in
know?
like the Marvel.
You,
'cause
oh
Captain
yeah, you
Marvel-
absolutely do get some information, but there's
Yeah.
always something more that you want out of
Right.
his character, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that I wish they would do that, but
I almost think like
but Samuel L. Jackson costs a little bit too much.
I feel like
Yeah,
they
maybe.
are for some reason.
What'd you say?
I feel like they are. They're doing something with him, and he's coming
Yeah.
up a couple of times in the next couple of movies, and I can't figure out why.
Okay.
Like, I thought they
I
were
hope so.
bringing him back in because he was at the end of where he was sitting on the beach or a fake beach in space, and he's coming in, but I can't remember
In
what
Far
movie it
From
was.
Home.
What was the last one that came out?
Just to say I'm far from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like he's coming up a little bit, but I don't know where he's gonna be intertwined. But it's not gonna be his. It's gonna be now instead of his backstory, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's interesting.
everybody can use a little more Samuel L.
Yeah.
Oh, always. I think it's cool that they
Except
do
on
kind of
Six
keep.
on a Plane, I could do without that one.
Yeah, I think it's neat that they do keep him under wraps though, because I feel like his character is so mysterious, and
Yeah,
even the Avengers never know
And
what's going on.
Yeah,
with him,
that's why
so-
you always want more out of it.
Right.
You know?
So it's
Yeah.
neat, like being on that ride as an audience member.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that, and it's like you find out in that first Avengers movie that like they took the Tesseract and then like they tried to weaponize it, or was it the first Avengers one? Or was it after that when he was saying he's like,
Yeah.
we found
it
out
was
that,
first,
because in the
first
Thor
one.
movie
Yeah.
that they have the guy starts walking, he's like, yeah, when that guy came out, we realized we were like massively under weaponized.
Yeah.
Like we had no defense for like people from other planets coming in here.
Yeah, he like points at Thor and says it's all your fault or something
Pretty
like
much.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was the first time they realized that they weren't alone in the universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that they were, underwhelmingly weaponized for the scenario of more people coming in, which, they end up shooting a nuke at New York City, and then Tony Stark's got to ride it into the wormhole.
Mm-hmm.
Then they came in with Doctor Strange with his wizard powers.
Yeah, with his broken hands, that
Yeah.
jerk. He becomes a
Oh
good
my
guy
God.
toward the end of it, but yeah. But he's got his whole green circles stuff he does.
Yeah.
He came in with sparkly thing.
Oh, yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite part in Infinity War, is in the beginning when Iron Man looks at Hulk and goes, "You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards."
That's a great scene.
That's a good line. You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
Or
Is that when he can't turn into Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like having a tough time.
Or when they're in the rocket ship and Spider-Man goes, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker," and he goes, "I'm Doctor
This is my
Strange."
favorite one too.
Oh, we're using our made-up names?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm Spider-Man.
Using your
love
made up.
that scene too. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Wait a minute. I thought you didn't like Spider-Man.
Hey, he knows the movies still. He doesn't have to like him to know him.
Yeah.
That's a good scene though.
That was
The humor
funny.
that is injected in all these movies is the one thing that kind of kept me coming back for more too. It's like it gives you those pulling at your heartstrings moments. It gives you the action. It gives you the humor. It's like hits you from every different angle. That's why they're so entertaining.
I
It's
think
just-
that's why they're so incredibly massively popular too.
Yeah.
Because they cover every gamut from like you were saying, like funny, drama, action.
yeah.
They have
There's love
literally-
stories
yeah, they
intertwined. and-
literally
Yeah,
have
like,
everything in
I
all of
agree
these
with that
movies.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, it's pretty amazing to be able to link that in, and in every single movie you find all those aspects. In every single of the movies, they're still pulling out this humongous story that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
and all the actors keep coming back for more. It's like watching it all through. I was just amazed.
And when you
By it.
watch it for the third time through, you're gonna find more stuff
More.
that you didn't
Every
even
time.
realize.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and that's again why I've been trying to get my family members. Like my mom was recently saying she never watched any of them, and I've got her now. Just so happened I knew this episode was coming up, so I was watching some of them back. A couple of them were on TV, so I started watching Homecoming the other day on TV, and she keeps walking in and she's like, "Oh my god!" Or Ant-Man was on the other day, and she's like, "Paul Rudd's in these too?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Oh
Mom,
my
like
God, it's so
everyone,
funny.
like
Those are the
every
funniest
actor that's ever
videos.
been a good actor is like, Robert Redford's in them for
Ant-Man
God's sake."
is a terrible superhero. All he does is get smaller.
Oh, he gets bigger.
He gets
too.
bigger.
He gets bigger
He's-
in Civil
and he didn't even
War.
create the
He
technology
definitely
either, which I
stopped
kind of
some
agree with
stuff
you,
in
but
Civil War.
he did.
You may be right that he's maybe not the best superhero, but
He's like a criminal.
he is the catalyst
He is
of
comic
Endgame,
relief
though.
too.
He's definitely
And yeah.
comic
Yeah,
relief.
definitely comic
Yeah,
relief. That's
and
for
Those
sure.
are the
Yeah.
funniest movies too. That one and
I-
then the second, the war.
And the Ant-Man
is
and
the
Wasp is
best.
good. Like I like Paul Rudd in general, but yeah, no, you're definitely right. Like when he starts getting involved with all of them, I was watching the Endgame today, and he's like, I think Baby Me. He's like, I don't know if either Baby Me or Old Me, but
What do
somebody
you mean?
peed myself, and he's like,
No.
might have just been me.
No, he goes either baby me or old me, or maybe just me, but I peed.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, Paul Rudd definitely comes with the jokes. That is for sure.
Or
Okay. Oh, you ruined the time heist. You were
Yeah.
more about the time heist. You ruined the time heist.
Yeah, the time heist.
Or in
Time
Endgame
heist stuff
when
kills me.
he's sitting there with Ant-Man and the girls ask for a selfie with Hulk.
Hulk. Yeah,
And he goes, just take a selfie with him. Come on.
yeah. He's like, you're making him feel bad now, and he's like, no, they don't even know who Ant-Man is. Like, yeah, you don't even worry about it. I mean,
Yeah.
Hulk's feeling bad for him.
Yeah.
Literally just watching that scene like almost right before I came over here. So, and then why don't you jump on for Amanda really quick and do some plagiarism? Give me some forgery real fast here for Amanda.
Describe the J.
Yeah, just Amanda, move your hand in the air as if you're signing. Yeah, as if you're signing the.
It's for legal reasons. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she's doing an e-signature right now. This is it's completely legit.
My favorite part, though, is when Thor gets the
I
eye.
mean, where's Tony Stark when you need him? Can't he just make this happen?
when
Yeah, what do you say, Brady? You said your favorite part is
when
when.
Thor gets the eye from Raccoon.
See, I knew you were gonna bring that.
Okay.
up.
And he goes, you might want to have to clean that before you put that in.
Why does he? I forgot how he lost his eye. Wasn't that with the ether
Yeah,
lady?
stabbed in the eyeball.
Oh, the dad. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Russell Crowe, or no, not Russell Crowe. What's his name?
I don't know.
No, Kurt Russell.
Hella takes
Hella.
his eye
Yeah,
out.
hella- yeah.
Hella takes his eye out.
Oh, so it's not the father?
Also,
So it was Ether. It was the Ether chick that destroyed his hammer as well, right?
she's
No, it's
not the
Hela.
it's
Hela
not
his
the-
comes
sister,
out
I'm
of-
confused now.
Hela
His
comes out of the
sister.
sky in Thor Ragnarok, and he goes to throw Mjolnir at her.
Yeah.
And she just holds out her hand and crushes it.
And crushes the yes.
Yeah.
And then he lost his eye where again?
She something.
I feel like it's a thing though,
Right.
because his
What'd you
dad
say,
didn't have
Amanda?
an eye either.
Yeah. Odin didn't have an eye either, but I don't know. Odin must.
Okay, I want to call attention to something really fast. Who is shooting off all these fireworks? And why do they sound like they're happening all around us?
I
Did they
have
know-
No
So,
idea
the
what's going on
neighbors
out there. It's like a,
from, like-
Battle
I
of
set it up,
Gettysburg out
Yeah,
there.
guys.
no, this is like Civil War right now. We're like,
literally
Camera?
every
It's the Battle of
weekend
Gettysburg
from
in
like
my
March
mind right
on.
You're welcome.
This-
Just what
I set
happened.
it up, guys.
oh, thank you, Amanda. That was so sweet of you to get a fireworks show for us.
So
I
amazing.
You
sent
didn't
the
have to
rain
do
from
that.
Florida, and I also got fireworks. You know, just early stuff.
You know, you really shouldn't have. That was really nice of you. Yeah, it seems like we're on the set of a Marvel movie right now. I feel like, but
Kind of explosions constantly.
it's constantly happening overhead. So
What could be happening right now?
I don't know. There's no real reason for fireworks to be going off.
It's
Right?
going on for like 10 minutes.
It's constant.
This is a
It
serious.
also sounds like it's multiple houses.
I kind of
It
felt
really,
like that
it
too.
does. Yeah, it does sound like it's
Wait.
coming from there,
Multiple places.
there, and yeah.
I can't tell if it's like just echo or what
no,
the hell's
it's
happening.
coming from over there and over there.
And over there, right?
I can tell because my hearing is like
Could be
enhanced.
gunfight.
Yeah.
Shit.
You got some good hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It does sound like gunfire.
It
actually.
really does. Yeah.
it's kind of wild. Maybe we,
terrifying me. I'm like in the safety of my home in Florida.
Hey, it's only Chirac for a reason. Don't worry about it.
This is out
Yeah.
of control.
It's gunfire.
no way.
No, it's not. There's no way it is.
Same tone every.
And they're quick.
That's what's weird about it. They're quick.
That's got to be a firework.
Firework.
Yeah.
That's fire.
We're not that close to Chicago, Amanda, so we don't really deal with this. So we're
For
not
God's
in.
sakes, there's kids out here.
Yeah, but they got some serious fireworks going on in here. They must have known we were doing this Marvel episode.
Gotta be.
They were so excited,
Gotta
and they're like, "You guys need a little background," and I want to thank whoever did it.
Come on, Beyonce.
Yeah, I think Amanda only ordered half these fireworks. Somebody else jumped in on this. I need to know who it is.
It's just free production value. Don't worry.
Yeah,
About it.
it's
I only ordered
fantastic.
one, so I mean, if there's more, then it's definitely not me.
you just won. You just ordered one firework.
One.
Oh my god.
Now they got
look
the
at sky.
Now they got the grand finale going on.
That just sounds like a sky fart.
What am I raising?
A monster.
Oh, monster. Oh, that's good. This is fantastic content we have going on. I think that was the grand finale, though. I think they just stopped. So I think we're good.
Done.
Or is it?
It's done.
That was
All right.
I guess
So-
it wasn't gunfire. Right?
Let's go around the panel here. What's your favorite battle scene? Favorite fight? And I know there's a lot, so it's gonna take a little bit of thinking. But Jess, do you have one on top of your
Oh my God!
head
Please
here?
don't start with me.
Don't start with you.
Start
All right,
with
I'll talk.
somebody else.
I'll talk about one of my favorite ones, and it's against Civil War. Just because you're getting to see these guys that like care about each other, and again, all of them come into play, and then you get Ant-Man blowing up to whatever size he was. You get Spider-Man jumping around doing his thing. Like, I think that's just for entertainment value, and the characters you've been, you built all this, you learn to love them and you know them, and for them to just be battling each other, it's not like, down the road where it's Thanos' army and stuff, and it's just a bunch of faceless guys running at you.
I think what really makes that scene really cool though is because we already touched on it, but nobody really hates each other.
Yeah.
In that scene, like they all have their own purpose in what they're trying to
It
do.
almost seems like they're not trying to kill each other.
Exactly. They just want to
Try to
hurt each
stop
other
each
bad
other.
enough to make them
Like,
believe
stop.
in them.
Yes.
One exception though.
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
Oh yeah.
Black Panther does hate.
Yeah.
He killed his father.
Oh, he killed
Because
his
you already
father.
know,
Yeah.
like the whole backstory, but I mean, like everyone basically is fighting for once. They're just trying to be accepted at that point. I feel like that was the bigger thing, and they think that they should sign this treaty. The other people that think they shouldn't. But I mean, the best part of that whole scene was when, what's her name, Black Widow steps aside and lets them keep moving forward after it.
Agreed.
Like
yeah.
she's staying still on the side that she's trying to be political, but I mean, she still knows that the greater good has to be done by stepping aside. Like that scene is amazing. That's my favorite one too.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one. Do you have a favorite fight scene?
I do.
What is that?
In Kick-Ass when they're getting the revenge on her dad.
Okay, so you're talking Kick-Ass with Woody Harrelson. Is he in that?
I
Okay, no, I've seen Kick-Ass.
I've seen it, but I don't know who was in it.
Yeah. That is a really good. I think they do a lot of slow-mo stuff in that one too. Like it's really well shot. I know what fight scene you're talking about.
I think they did most of that single shot too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool fight scene for sure.
It is.
Yeah. Jess, do you have an answer yet?
Yes.
Okay, what's your She's ready to
I was thinking about it very seriously.
Okay. She's been pondering.
Yeah, I've been pondering.
All right, what do you got?
Well, other than Endgame, because I feel like that's just
An easy answer.
a given. Like it's, I mean, just when everybody comes back, and it's emotional every time I see it. And my son loves that movie, so I see it several times. But it still is so impactful every time. So other than that, I like the fight scene in Avengers because
New York one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
Yeah, yeah.
The Avengers, because they don't start out getting along at all. They start out not trusting one another, not able to work as a team, and they emphasize like very clearly, many times throughout the Avengers movies how disconnected from one another they can be. But you first start to see them working as a team when they're trying to save New York from the Chitauri.
And
they've each got, I just want to say one more thing. They've each got their own unique roles that they fill. So you realize like, wow, we really do need all of these people working together to be able to.
And who was the one that started delegating? Cap.
Which is perfect.
Immediately starts going, I need you here, I need you here. Starts like delegating immediately, like, that's what you want from your captain. Right. I mean, like, you need him to start telling everyone, and he knows everyone's strengths and weaknesses. So he immediately takes that like leadership role and starts telling him, Hawkeye, I need you up here. I need you two doing this. And Hulk smash.
I like,
he's like
going crazy. Right?
I like how he doesn't. I like how he doesn't deny anybody or like do them the disservice of putting them into a danger role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is like just example putting Hawkeye on the ground. No, you're way better upstairs. Like that's where we need you.
Again, like, and it was a split-second decision for him.
Yeah, exactly.
He just knows.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I love about that fight scene is, I mean, Tony Stark and the self-sacrifice of
going into the wormhole.
Do what needs to be done. I mean, that just foreshadows everything that comes in Endgame and
who he is, like down the road for sure.
And especially because you see him as like this playboy, and he kind of talks about it. as like, you know, he doesn't give a shit. And then after he gets locked, you know, in the first Iron Man movie, and then he has to break out and stuff and wants to stop making weapons, you see his like character change, and this guy like realizes that making money, even though you're making all this money, it's you're killing people all across the world, and he's like can't morally do it anymore.
Yeah.
He'd rather like make weapons that are saving people rather than like making these weapons that he's selling to everybody else.
I think that kind of got addressed in what was it? It was either Infinity
Civil
War
War.
and was it Civil War when he goes
gives
back in time to see his dad? Was that Endgame?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was kind of addressed in
No,
that
it's
situation.
not. When he goes back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Um,
about the simulator. Sorry.
Yeah, just so he can
I was
like kind
thinking
of
it was
see
the
his
Civil
father.
War
and
where he
whatnot.
gives out that scholarship to all the kids, and then he was talking to the lady in the hall, and he's like, "This will make it feel better, like for all the things that I've done," kind of thing.
Right. I think that's
But-
Ultron, because then he goes and makes Ultron. Oh wait, no. Wait a minute. Now I'm
It's the,
confused.
it's the beginning of Civil War, because they do that
It
thing where
probably
Wanda
is.
blows up the building or whatever, and then it's after that when the simulation, which Civil War has like a special place in my heart because it's my daughter's birthday that they say 50 million times in the movie.
What is that day?
December 16th.
December
December
16th,
Yeah.
16th, the whole time. The whole
1980
movie. They say her
Oh,
birthday.
it's crazy.
That's cool.
1991. 1991.
Okay.
No, she's right. Civil War. Yeah.
Okay. And that's, again, a testament to these movies in general, is that we know it as a whole storyline. Like, we know what happened. It's just like, what movie did that fall in? Because it felt like one long running movie.
Yeah.
You got to like remember what movie it fell into, but like, just because they make it so seamless between each movie that like the story just picks up so great where it left off, it's like, again, so impressive.
It's because they like, again, like we said before, like it just every movie ends and the next one starts, and
Yeah.
they're just all
My
just like
fa-
that, you know.
My all-time favorite part in two movies, but it's my all-time favorite part when they go back in time, and like my dad said, how Captain was giving them all their positions,
Mhm.
and they're in the elevator going up to the top floor, and they have to make Hulk take the stairs. I like how he breaks through the wall going, "Okay, stairs."
Okay, stairs. Is that the elevator? Are you talking about the elevator scene where Cap ends up having to beat everyone's or kick everyone's butt in the elevator? Or is that a different scene I'm thinking about?
No, it's like the whole
Is that
team
the Cap
is in
America's-
the elevator,
Okay.
One.
and then
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, the whole team's in there, but
Yeah.
Hulk won't fit. So
Yeah. Yeah.
sorry, you might have to take the stairs,
Yeah.
buddy.
But I do like that scene I was just talking about too, is like when Cap beats up all the guys in the elevator. I
Yeah.
think,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's classic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
definitely a good one.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Right.
Does anyone want to get out? Yeah, Cap's definitely one of those characters where it's like, he's definitely not the most fun. Like, there's definitely, Thor's way more funny and fun, and like, Iron Man's got his suits and he's definitely got the sense of humor. He's very sarcastic. But like, Cap's just exactly what you want out of that character. He's like righteous and he does the right thing. And
Exactly.
he's like,
Yeah.
even in the Avengers, when Tony's like hacking their database to find out all their secrets, he's like, you're like stealing information from them. And like Cap's already like not, you can see that there's already like a little butting of heads real early on with those two. Like they have different ideologies and like they're going to have some problems. It's some foreshadowing there early on with those two.
Absolutely.
He's more of like that scared because I'm your boss,
Yeah.
that scary boss type.
Yeah.
But then he's like the one where you can also mess around with him, but you can tell when he's being
Serious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of like my dad.
Yeah. Like he brings it back to, hey, at least you got at least.
yeah, at least
That's
I'm
a
not a
good
total
thing to be
jackass.
Well, I was gonna say you basically got just compared to Captain America, which is
That's
pretty good comparison from your son. Yeah.
I'll
That's
take it.
good. Yeah, I'd feel pretty good to be there right now as a dad. Yeah, my daughter just thinks I'm more like Fat Thor, I think, at this point.
It's
So
so funny. California. I sent him a picture. I was like, guess what? Because I just cut my hair and I
Yeah.
had hair like down to my
Oh,
shoulder.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
weird.
said
I've
to
never
my
seen
kid, I
him
was
without this
"Oh,
haircut.
Fat Thor.
Yeah. No, the Fat Thor part is definitely my favorite part.
Or when Drex is standing there and he goes, I have learned to hold so incredibly still. I am invisible to the human eye. Hi, Drex.
He's a funny character too, and I think they explain it at one point. They go like, yeah, his species like doesn't get like sarcasm.
Yeah.
So he takes everything very literally, and I think that's again another funny like I don't know if that was in the comics that like this species of people takes everything really literally, but so I don't know the background of all these characters in like the comics, but that's such a funny comedic thing to add in there that like
Speaking of that, like I was listening to, well, it was probably like a couple months ago now, but like a lot of the funny lines in these movies are all improv.
Are
by
they?
their characters?
I can kind of see some of that.
Yeah, like
I
a
read
lot
that
of them.
too,
Like when
actually.
Tony Stark is the secret passage thing. Like, please be a secret door. Please be a secret door. Yay! Like that was all improv.
See, and I can see that from guys. I mean, again, these are all seasoned actors. They're like, again, they're learning their roles, and as these movies go on,
Right.
they know what the characters would say. They're living these personalities.
They build their character almost
Yeah.
into themselves
I mean,
a little bit.
From what I've heard,
Uh,
Robert Downey Jr. is kind of
yeah.
very similar to how Iron Man
Exactly.
acts. Yeah.
You know that in all the movies that Iron Man's in, he hid like what he eats. He hid those snacks around the set.
Oh,
so
really?
He could eat. Those weren't meant to be put in.
Really?
Those are actually him like
Wanting to
hiding
snack.
snacks
Yeah.
and snacking.
You said that was Iron Man?
Yeah.
No,
So-
he's 100% correct.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
blueberry
director-
scene for sure.
The director.
Oh, I did.
liked-
He asked like Hulk at some point if he wants a blueberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he liked the way that Robert Downey looked.
Yeah.
Excellent. So they purposely.
And again, it kind of makes sense. He's a busy guy. He doesn't get time to sit down and eat meals.
Yeah.
He's snacking. He's eating stuff on the go. He's figuring stuff out. He's snacking.
It's actually the same situation. 11, the new one with Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Watch that movie. Almost.
Really?
No,
He
it's
is,
like
he
yeah,
is.
it's on purpose. Like because he looks so cool and like.
Yeah.
looks at-
Brad Pitt looked cool taking a dump. I mean,
I'd watch it.
we have Wes, the head of security, showing up right now. He's got his parents here with him tonight. I think we're going to throw Wes's dad on the panel here at some point soon. So thank you guys for coming out as well. Yeah, you guys can go check out the green room for a moment. Go check out the production tent. But I'm trying to think of another like one of my favorite funny moments because again, like that's one of my like
Please
big
don't
things
lay
about
your
it.
eggs inside me.
You got to remind me of where that came up
In the rocket ship with Mantis.
with Mantis.
Reference,
Okay.
He goes, Spider-Man makes a reference. He goes, "Hey, have you guys ever seen the movie Alien?"
Aliens. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if for some reason some sort of alien lays its eggs inside me and I end up eating one of you guys, it's not my fault.
It's not my
And
fault.
then he sees Mantis and he goes, "Please don't lay your eggs inside me."
That's a great funny line from these movies.
I think some of the most hardest I've laughed in all these movies is from Rocket.
Rocket's good.
I think he
100%.
definitely
All day.
And Bradley Cooper,
I'm
right?
gonna
Yeah,
get that arm, or like, oh, like I just needed his leg.
yeah. Yeah. The whole plan to get them out. Yeah, he's like, yo, you actually got the leg? He's like laughing at him. That's so funny.
What's interesting about the movies and like that I don't think a lot of other superhero movies achieve very well in this way is that while there's humor, there's so much heart too.
Yeah.
And they do a great job of, because a lot of superhero movies are just funny, hokey, and then it comes off as cheesy. And
Yeah.
then a lot of them are they're so technically proficient with the world they live in
Yeah.
that it becomes overwhelming to the watcher. And Marvel's just really good about using their
Towing that
characters
line.
and just being like, oh, it's space magic. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we accept that there are
And they
6
call it
stones that started the universe because space magic.
And they almost make fun of it in the movies.
Right, which is brilliant.
They call
Yeah.
attention to it. It's like,
because
Yeah.
well, because of space magic. Yeah.
right, because you're about to be like, what? And then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, space magic. Oh yeah, that's right, space magic.
Space magic.
Like I'm watching a fantasy. Okay.
Yeah.
But they do it so well, and because they set up the characters to be so wonderfully human, you're just drawn in, and the stakes are so high by the end of all of it
Yeah.
that you can't help but be invested.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
spend
yeah.
so much time with the characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, like by the end of it, I mean, you've seen Tony Stark for like 20 hours. I mean, you like really know this
I mean,
guy.
I was hysterical in the movie theaters, like acting like I had just seen someone pass away, like that I knew with my heart. Like it was terrifying.
Yeah.
So I watched it again just to make sure it was real. And then you get, what is it, Far From Home and the next thing, and it just seals the whole deal that he's gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like,
So honest question, Amanda, did you go out to the theaters to go see Dr. Dolittle just because you wanted to see Robert Downey Jr. in a movie after he died as Iron Man? No. I don't know if that was a real thing because I did.
And then
Guilty.
no.
Me neither. Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know what the hell you're talking about,
I don't
man.
have anything funny to say after that. Like, no, absolutely not.
No, I felt like after I saw the movie, after I saw him in Endgame, he was like in Dr. Dolittle recently after that, like shortly after that, I was like, I'm gonna go see it just because I gotta see Iron Man talk to animals.
I want to hug you for a little bit.
Yeah, I just need him back on the screen. I'm so sad.
See, I'm the
No, I just
opposite.
had to go
feel
see
like
it
I
again
can't
just to
watch
make sure my
movies
heart was still broke.
because I don't want to see him in anything else.
Oh, you don't want to see him in anything else?
Yeah, he's Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and what's the detective movies? Sherlock Holmes. He's
Sherlock.
Really good in
He's
that.
really
Oh,
good in
those are
Sherlock.
so
too.
good
too.
I really
So
enjoy him.
excellent.
Yeah.
He
So
like,
good.
he steals the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's just one of those actors that just like, what do they call it?
Like method
Takes
actor.
over the room.
Yes.
Like he just is so.
Which is how his character was. too,
Exactly,
So he
yeah.
Was so
The
fitting for it.
charisma, like everything. Yeah. I
Yeah.
totally get
I
that.
don't understand what that is.
What is it?
Sherlock Holmes.
You know what Sherlock Holmes is?
I
The
don't.
detective English guy. He solves crimes and stuff.
He solves crimes and stuff. I didn't see those ones either,
Yeah,
so
me neither.
I'm on
No,
the same
they're
page
really
as you
good.
here,
They're on
Braden.
Netflix,
I
think.
like in
Yeah.
Are they?
Infinity War when he gets to make his
Yeah.
axe, and the guy goes, "This is a suicide mission. I'm prepared to die." Well, yeah, that's. You mean no? He goes, "It's a mission. It's a suicide mission to do this," and Thor goes, "Well, so be it." Well, that's what it means is to die. So
That's what
And-
killing you means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
that is what killing you means.
And that's little Tyrion Lannister
The guy from Game
from
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I loved how they made him a
Love
giant in
him.
the movie too.
Should have a Game of Thrones today
So
too,
good.
because that.
And you know
is my
he
jam.
loved every second of it.
What'd you say, Amanda?
We should do a Game of Thrones day because that's my jam too.
That's your jam too? Okay. I would need to watch that one again.
Never have seen Game of Thrones.
It is good.
No.
Guilty. I'm sorry.
It is good. It might be a little
Yeah, you can't watch it.
adult for you
Yeah,
at this
have to wait
point.
a little bit.
Couple years.
definitely.
Is Game of Thrones? No, that's.
There's a
not
little more. It's like rated
Hobbit. I
R.
was thinking
That's
the
what I would say.
Hobbit.
It's more than
Rated
Nudity.
R.
There's nudity and stuff. And
Well, I've
it's
seen
more than
it.
that.
yeah.
I know. It's not as bad as. It's worse than that.
It's not just it's more of a
Just don't watch like
it's
the
more
first,
of a nudity situation than a language
75
situation.
episodes and you're fine.
In that, yeah, yes. But down the road, you should check them out when you're past high school.
Yeah.
But
21.
yeah, Tyrion Lannister, they bring him in. Again, another actor in these movies. And then the other day I'm watching it, and who's the funny guy in Hangover? The
Bradley Cooper.
no, the Asian dude.
The Asian guy. I knew you were.
And he's actually in them too. And I think
he?
yes, I was watching it today, and he's a tiniest little minute role. I want to say it was an Endgame. He's like answers the phone or something like that. Like saw him like he's in it too. Like I mean, there's so many actors. It's insane when you start to look back at who's been in those movies.
Can we point out how funny it is that Bradley Cooper paid in those movies?
Okay, Vin Diesel's who?
They're Vin Diesel.
Who-
Fast and
Vin
Furious.
Diesel.
I know, but who is Vin Diesel in?
He's
What do you
Groot.
mean? Who is Vin Diesel?
That's all
No,
he
I
says.
know that. Who is he in the Marvel universe?
Groot.
Yeah, he's Groot.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
it's just I am Groot.
He says, "I am Groot." That's it.
I mean, you should get it as Bradley Cooper. Like he's like has a lot of lines,
Right.
but like I am Groot. Yeah, that's kind of funny that he.
I mean, he still
Handsome
made
Bradley Cooper.
millions
Yeah.
and millions
And
and
he's
millions of dollars
just
by
one
saying
scene at
I
all,
am
he's
Groot
wrecked
in
Groot.
these movies. Like it's ridiculous.
Hilarious.
Hey, yeah, let Amanda talk here. They were talking over each other. Amanda, what were you saying?
He just says I am Groot in movies, and he makes
Yeah.
millions and millions and
Yeah.
millions and millions. Of
And then he's got to
dollars.
say it like a little baby Groot
Ridiculous.
too. He's got to change his voice to a little baby one. But is it still him as baby Groot then too?
I don't know. Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Is
they
it?
would
Because
recast
the
it.
sounds
He just
get-
like put an effect or something.
Yeah.
the voices
Where it's
can't
like
be
you
too far
didn't even
apart.
need. You guys
Yeah.
it's paid all this money, and they could have just made it with a synthesizer.
like,
Anything.
like, how long did he spend in the booth for those movies? Did he read every single line differently when he say "I am Groot," or they just take the same one line and just dubbed it
It's
in?
almost the equivalent of
Well,
being the
like,
guy in The
yeah,
Lion
yeah,
King
they
on
like
Broadway
certain
walking with
lines,
grass on
like,
his
longer.
head.
Well, I guess he would have to do two different I am Groots. He had to
Yes.
do the regular one and then the sassy one.
This-
Soon goes, I'm gonna take that
Go for it.
I'm gonna take that damn thing away from you. Ever since you got that, you've been a little a-hole.
I'm so happy Braden's on. He's been bringing the quotes tonight.
Braden's my hero.
$54 million.
No way.
Made from those
No.
movies.
54 million to say I am Groot.
Million. He's not even on camera.
What the hell is wrong with us? Like, how?
What's wrong with them for paying
We're gonna
$54
do
million
voice
It
of
probably
their
cost him
budget
over
Dude.
$54 million to make
to
him.
just say I am Groot? You could have
You
anybody
guys
do it.
need
That is hilarious.
different voices.
Yeah, we need to do something different. We're not making.
Money.
We haven't made that much doing Bonfire Banter yet, so we need to start figuring it out. We're getting
You just
there.
have
We're
to
getting
make
there.
it
We're
that
getting
I
there.
am somebody, and we're done.
Yeah.
Just asking, when you guys do make a ton of money,
Yes.
do me and my dad get a cut in?
Yes.
Okay.
For this episode.
The episodes
Absolutely.
royalties
Absolutely.
every time.
This episode
He's a
especially.
businessman. He's gonna go to 12.
Hey,
Like,
you should be
straight
asking
up.
these questions when you're getting on film, Braden, because you got to make sure you're getting paid too, brother.
Well, I was actually on TV.
You can't get
twice.
paid
Were
until
you?
you're 18, by the way. So,
Oh yeah, Dad gets to take the money.
right.
Nah, I'll put it in my safe. Away from you and Mom.
He's got it all figured out.
Mom doesn't know the combination.
There you go. You got to keep it secret.
Yeah. Mom will take it. Seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously, don't tell her.
No, I'm not kidding about this.
Sorry, you just lost a subscriber.
Well, one's dropping.
I never doubted him for a second.
Yeah.
At all.
He had it all figured out. Well, I was gonna see here if, and I don't know Wes's dad's first name here yet, but what do we got here? Jeff. Jeff Genty. Do you think we could sub him in here at this moment, Jess?
Sure.
I know that you're a big Marvel fan as well, but we're getting a little late on the episode. Probably got about 15 minutes left on this one.
Well,
So I was
think
gonna
we
see
have
if
an
maybe we
expert
could-
In the back, so
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna see if we
step
could
out.
get Jeff in here. Yeah,
I'm probably
absolutely.
gonna get out of
Thanks,
here. I gotta
everybody.
get Sophia
Absolutely,
to bed.
Jess, you've been fantastic. Obviously, you see that Jess knows what she's talking about. Brought some
absolutely.
fantastic insight here. Oh, Jess, I think I got your phone here too. So, here you go.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Do you need one of us to step out too?
No, you're good. You guys are gonna stay for a little while.
Nice.
Braden's the star of the show, so
yeah, he is. Kind
we're definitely keeping him on as long
is
as
pretty
possible.
funny.
So
Hey, Justin,
you swap him out. Yeah, whatever you got to do. What's up?
while we're doing this, let me run down my favorite.
All right, go for
Yeah.
I get to get my favorite battle scene. It's actually the same that's in
it. Yeah.
Civil War that was mentioned earlier, but it's the battle at the very end. Tony and Cap fighting.
Oh yes.
That's
Where
cool.
they're-
Okay, yeah.
In, like, the
For sure.
box,
Yes.
And then Bucky joins in.
whatever. And yeah, like
Yeah.
that's pretty powerful stuff, right?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
one other one I was gonna. Thor Ragnarok. Thor and Hulk.
And Hulk.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
arena.
He's like, I love him. I know him from work. Yeah, we're friends from work.
Dude, that was improvised. That line was improvised by a kid that was on
in
set.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good scene.
Yeah.
You know what scene I really like that it's super. It's not super short, but I just love the it's sort of the introduction of nanotech when Tony Stark and Bucky are fighting in just like the what do you call it, the atrium of whatever conference building they're in.
Yeah.
And he just clicks his button and stops the gunshot.
Gotcha.
I absolutely love that scene. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. So Jeff, Wes is saying you're just a movie buff in general,
Yeah.
but why does Marvel, attract you? What do you like about this series of movies, or any one of them in particular?
I've watched every one of them.
Okay, yeah.
They've all been good.
What do you like about it the most? Is it the action, or is it just the whole thing about it, or what's
Well,
like?
They try to make it like real life too. When you watch their movies,
Yeah,
they always put something in there with the actors and
Yeah.
what they're doing in life
yeah,
in
right,
general.
yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah. They find a lot of ways to hide little things in
Yeah.
there too, and make
you
it.
catch it not the first time you watch it. It's usually second or third time
Yep.
you watch it. Then you find the stuff out
Yeah.
in each movie.
Yep. And that was one thing too that I've realized like halfway through when I was watching them, is it like, and then when I'm watching it back now with my daughter and my girl, like, and at the end of almost all of them, after the credits, there's like a little hidden scene that is like links into the next movie, which again is like a brilliant thing that they did. Is like, if you sat at the theater and you didn't leave after, once the credit starts rolling,
For Endgame.
yeah, well, they didn't do it.
That was
It was the end. Yeah, exactly right. But I thought those were so brilliantly done too, just to like get you excited. Those little teasers for the next movie.
I think they even introduced Thanos like way
Yes,
before.
he was in a chair.
Yeah.
He turns around and Ronan's going up to him, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, we couldn't get it."
That
And-
That was in the
that was-
Avengers.
The first
that was, like,
Avengers.
the very first
very
one. Yeah.
one
Different,
at the end.
too.
Yep.
Somebody walks up and it's like they're planning the next
Yeah.
invasion.
Yeah. No, because I know at one point, like, he's all mad at Ronan because Ronan wasn't able to get it, and he's like, Earth, they actually defend themselves or whatever he says. He's like, it's harder to deal with the humans than we thought. And Thanos is like, if we got to do it, I'm gonna do it myself, kind of thing. But there, are we going backwards? You said. Yep. There you go. Okay, it should be good there. So, and then. Well, we got you sitting here too. Is there like a favorite character in those movies that you kind of really like more than the others,
I
or?
don't like all of them, but then if you look at Doctor Strange, you've watched that
Yes, I have.
when he had his big accident.
Yeah. Broke his hands and yeah.
Look at that. What happens to a lot of people the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, he was looking at his phone, driving down the road,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
had his accident, wiped out.
Tiger Woods did it recently.
Yep.
Yep.
Same thing.
Very similar.
That's what I mean. They always put something in there like that in every single movie.
Yeah. Absolutely. And one thing, always have you sign the axe, has no guard on there, so be careful. But the magnet, it's magneted over there. So if you could find a spot to sign that thing for us, Jeff, that'd be fantastic. There is some yellow room. Try not to sign on the actual axe head. It rubs off actually kind of easy. But so yeah, we're starting to get a little rain back in here, which is always fun. But Amanda, we were talking a little bit earlier about Captain Marvel, and I know you were like not super into her, but
No,
tell
not
me a
at
little bit why. Let's talk a little crap here for a second about your least favorite Avenger or character in these movies, which is Miss Captain Marvel.
Well, one, I will tell you my first, like, the scene that I hate the most in Endgame is when they do that scene with all the women.
Okay.
And they're like, we got this, blah, blah, blah. It was so cheesy. And it was so, like,
I think so. It's
not
forced
appropriate.
almost.
Yeah, like, it just didn't seem natural. I was just kind of over it. I think the Wasp does this, like, chin thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got this. And I was like, that would just
Kinda
ruin
lame.
the whole. It took away from it. Like, if it was all, like, intertwined like it normally is in every other movie, it would have been fine. I just really hate that scene the most out of all of it. Captain Marvel just didn't do anything for me. I fell asleep in the movie theater for her. Like,
Okay.
she obviously
Yeah, but
saved
Yeah,
Tony
she was
at the
good in
beginning.
Endgame.
I was gonna say I kind of liked her character. Yeah.
You saw her in Endgame. That made the movie, especially when she went through the ship.
I
And
don't know. I
destroyed it.
just
Yeah. Yeah,
That
she
was-
flies
That was good.
that, and at one point she saves Tony Stark. I mean, they're out there
Well, I mean,
floating out in the void
when
of
she does
space.
that, I was okay with that, but at the end, like,
When she did that, you were okay with her, just not the rest of the time.
I mean, but did she save him?
She didn't ultimately save him because he,
That's what I'm
if
saying.
anyone hasn't
It
seen
was-
Endgame, he dies. But
He just doesn't do anything. for
Spoiler
me.
alert.
Yeah.
3 years
Dead
later.
gone.
She
um,
just doesn't do anything for me. Like, I feel
Okay.
like the other women, like, maybe it's because she's so new. There's no like humility there for me with her, but
yeah,
I feel like I grew with the other girls, so it was fine. But
yeah. I
Yeah,
think they
she just
could have
didn't
weaved
really
her in
do
a
anything
little
for
bit
me.
more, but obviously that came out a lot later. Like that was one of the more recent ones that came out.
Yeah.
You know, was Marvel. So it's not like they can go back and intertwine her in this stuff now. But,
You gotta get the base.
but I don't know
It's not
about
bad.
what do we got here.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get it going. Oh,
coming-
there you go.
It's coming down pretty good. out here.
It's starting to
Well,
go.
it's supposed to
But
be
we're an
another
outdoor
Doctor
podcast,
Strange
this is
coming
what
out soon,
happens.
Too.
Another Doctor Strange, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Isn't that
Um,
the multi-universe one with Doctor Strange coming out?
Is it called the Multiverse of Madness or something like
I'm
that?
not sure what the name of the
Okay.
title is.
Yeah, man. If you could pull that up, what that next movie's supposed to be called, if you're sitting there, you could do it. Or Rob could do it in our production tent too. What's the next?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse
The next-
of Madness. Yeah.
Okay.
There's also like
Yeah.
Shang-Chi
2022.
and-
Yeah, Shin-Chi. I'm really excited for that one. I think that's gonna be really cool.
Are they?
Yeah.
Loki's in it. I'm thrilled.
Are you talking about just the movie in general, Ant-Man and Wasp?
I haven't heard about that one.
I know that they're coming out with a bunch of new stuff. Like I said, we were talking earlier about like Love and Thunder's coming out at like a year or so. I mean, they just rolled out the 2 new shows, the WandaVision and Falcon and
Loki.
Yeah,
is in
and
Monster of
Loki.
the Month, too.
the Loki one's gonna be kind of cool too.
I just saw this. It was just posted on Facebook. I don't know where it was, but it had a total of like 12, like at least 12 different themes that they were gonna do. Like
Really?
one's like the Ant-Man and Wasp, Spider-Man. They're gonna like characters that they're.
Oh, really?
So
a
there,
couple
yeah,
of
there's
them was
yeah.
postponed too long already.
I'm okay at the moment. We're not gonna go a whole lot longer, I don't think here, but it's not coming down too hard. But yeah. So no, I mean, it was one of those things where as soon as I got done watching the movies, I immediately like, what's next?
Right.
Because I watched them all the way through like last January, and then it was like right as I think it was Endgame was like just about to come out, or maybe I don't know. It was right as Endgame was kind of coming out, and I watched it all, and that was like now I was hooked, and I'm like, well, what's next?
Yeah, and then the pandemic comes.
Yeah, right. And it kind of shut all the
Shuts all
timelines
down.
down. Yeah, but yeah, aren't they going in and now this is going to be like phase 2? Or?
Yeah, I think they're on. Wait, is it phase
4.
2 or?
4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
4.
okay. I didn't know if the whole first thing was already 1 and this is 2 or whatever, but yeah, so phase 4 is what's coming up.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're introducing a lot of new people, obviously. Does anyone know a little bit about these characters at all they're bringing in?
They're redoing the Black Panther series, obviously, because he passed away.
He passed away.
So
Oh, they're doing more of those Black Panther movies?
they have a new one coming out in 2022, and
Wow.
I don't know who it's centered around. I think it's centered around his sister.
Yeah, that would make sense because she was pretty cool character. You know, she was super high tech, kind of lines up with like that void that maybe the Tony Starks are losing with all the technology and stuff. But
I think it should be about the general. He was the coolest one of those.
oh, the bald head one?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
pretty.
Deni's a
made an appearance
badass.
in that
She'd
new
be the
show.
next Black Panther. She should be. She's the most.
She's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She was on the front lines with everybody.
Either-
and then in
either
Endgame, they got
Denai
her
or
popping up
Kai.
in there.
The okay, do you remember that guy? He was like the
He was the one from the other tribe.
yeah, exactly.
He was a really beefy
Yeah.
dude.
And he was
Yeah.
in Endgame. You don't see him get killed. So
Yeah, right?
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in
No,
it.
I
They
think
could
he
come
would
back
be a
in.
great front man for the
Yeah,
next
but,
Black Panther.
the theme now is you got to make all of the characters female. The way-
Is that just.
No.
Django, stop. But yeah, so I'm curious to see where they're gonna take it.
Wakanda to that new series. So Winter Soldier and Falcon or whatever, like they brought her in, but it wasn't her same character. It wasn't the same actress.
Oh, really?
Or melange.
Oh, gotcha.
It was a
Well, I
different
did wear
person.
my special vibranium watch tonight, so this was very special for me. So yeah, you guys are welcome. I pulled it out tonight. I don't usually wear it. It's very near and dear to my heart. But thank you to Wakanda for sponsoring this episode and getting me this this vibranium watch. So I really appreciate it. They are sponsors of ours now.
Ridiculous.
So yeah,
Why is that watch so special?
it's made out of vibranium. So it's the stuff that they mine in
It was
Wakanda.
probably stolen.
Yeah, no, I definitely stole it. It's basically like a
The
blood diamond.
vibranium
He's the only one that ever got out
stolen
alive.
and made it
Yeah.
watch. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about how I acquired it. It's just I have it. Okay. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. You guys walked up. We've been getting a fireworks show all night tonight. I don't really know what's going on with that. But
They
got
found you.
answers on that.
They found you with your watch.
Tonight.
oh, Timothy Christian's prom. Oh, that's good. Well, it was that, and they knew that we were doing this episode. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of both. But yeah.
Fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. There's a dual purpose here.
Here's to Timothy Christian and
Yeah. So Jeff, while we still got you on here, when you were growing up, what was your favorite? Maybe let's go Batman, or maybe your favorite superhero movie when you were growing up, like maybe actor wise or movie wise.
There weren't many because
Yeah.
it was my
The special
age.
special
I mean,
effects
they
and stuff.
had Batman out, which
Yeah.
really wasn't that good, but there was a lot of comics. I mean, you
Yeah.
had Iron Man comics from Marvel. What did you say?
She said that. Jeff's wife, Wes's mom, is saying she's very mad about that comment. She's saying Batman was good.
The old Batman was cheesy.
Which
What, Adam West Batman?
Yeah, the pow
Yeah.
and everything else going
Yeah.
up all the time. Yeah.
It's like they were trying to bring like the comic books to life kind of thing, and
it
like
was a
still
little
put
bit-
those
little
little.
bit too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, who's your favorite Batman?
Oh, that's hard to say.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I always got mad at Christian Bale just because it was just a voice. I would always kill me like he was trying too hard with the Batman voice, which I guess you're trying to disguise yourself.
Yeah, he's trying to mask it.
Like, I am Batman.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And all of those points are valid.
Yeah.
Like, I can't counterpoint any of those.
Why didn't they just get somebody with strep throat?
Just get him to. Why didn't they just get Batman sick for those scenes they were shooting? He didn't have to strain at all. He was just had strep. I think this is a valid idea.
Get back on the Marvel movies.
That's
Remember
Yeah.
the first Hulk that came
perfection.
out?
Oh, that was Edward Norton.
That wasn't very good either.
Yeah, see, I never went back and watched that one. I think I saw it when it first came out, but yeah, Edward Norton
They
and
kind of went,
Yeah.
it wasn't that good.
wasn't that one of the first ones they released, like even before Iron Man?
Yeah.
that was
Right?
before
They made like
Yeah.
at least 2 or 3
that was
Hulks
a
before
weird
they
Hulk.
did the first Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the only one when I watched it in order. I couldn't find it anywhere because it wasn't on the streaming
That wasn't
services.
that good.
And then, yeah. Which is, again, I mean, like, you had Edward Norton. The guy's a freaking, I'm pretty sure he's Academy Award winner. But clearly they just didn't do it right.
No, that one didn't
Didn't land.
good in the box office or anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good.
Had maybe you had, like, the first couple Iron Mans come out, and then you come out with, like, an Edward Norton Hulk, maybe it goes over better?
They kind of showed Hulk
I don't know
in
because
that
you have
movie
to
as,
think
like, a
about the
bad
old
guy.
Spider-Mans too. Like
Okay.
there's been 3 other before that.
Yeah, they did. I remember.
Sorry, Spider-Man, they kept switching it. I mean, you had the Tobey Maguire, or what was his name? Was that his name?
Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man.
Tobey
right?
Maguire's
Yeah.
first.
Those are the first ones. And then they came out with this one, which I like this new Superman, or this new Spider-Man kid. I think he
No,
played it
this
really
is
well.
The third one.
a
There
lot
was another
better.
one
Yeah.
in between
Was there another one in between too?
with Emma Stone as Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. See, I
Yeah, I'm blanking on.
I
that
blanked
one.
out on it too, yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think he had 3 different
because
Spider-Man.
none of them matter.
Okay.
They've got
Except for
Spider-Man
Tobey
and
Maguire
the
walking down the
Spider-Man.
street looking like a weirdo.
Isn't that coming out soon? Isn't that newer?
That's-
Spider-Man in the
that's
Spider-Verse?
cartoon one, right?
Yeah, that's a cartoon.
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, they just came out
animated.
with that.
It's animated.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a completely animated.
Do you like it?
No. I like live movies better than cartoon
Yeah.
movies.
You're getting to that
Because
age.
I feel like, well, even when I was smaller, cartoons are just way too colorful.
They're way too colorful. All right, I can dig that. Yeah. You want to get some of those darker tones in there? You want to make it look a little more realistic?
Yeah, and cartoons, it's like they do like stuff that's impossible, but at least when they make live action movies, it makes it a little bit more like
Believable.
believable
Yeah.
than a cartoon.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about it. I think it looks cooler with real people, and you get to see
Yeah.
the real armor. It's not a cartoon. You're seeing
You like,
Iron Man's armor really
like
there. You
the
know.
shield, Captain America's shield.
Yep.
If that were a cartoon, that wouldn't
Look. Yeah.
looked cool.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
You can actually see like the shine on it
Yeah.
from different lights.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like metal and like it's durable and
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get all that stuff from a cartoon.
No.
For sure. But
Well, and Marvel's now owned by Disney, so
we were kind of talking about that,
we'll see
yeah.
what kind
Yeah,
of
we'll
change
see what
Yeah.
happens.
made because all the real good ones were for Disney.
Mhm.
So
Right.
we got to see what happens now with the new movies.
What do you think is going to change from that going over there? You think it's like less swear words kind of stuff or like
Yeah, they're probably trying to make it milder.
yeah.
You know, not as much violence. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see.
But that's all what Marvel is
Yeah.
violence.
That's why people watch it, right?
Yeah.
Disney's just the opposite.
Yeah, they don't want all that going
Put
on.
Yoda in with raccoon.
Yeah, now you're talking. Those two guys are about the same height. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to move
Yeah.
the screen up and down a whole lot, or yeah.
Yeah, just do like a battle between the two. One's got a laser gun, one's got a
got the-
laser sword.
Yeah. Who do you think wins that battle?
Laser gun, because that's long range.
Oh, okay. I like going technical there. I was thinking like Yoda would be able to like pull, Rocket's like gun out of his hand or something, like pull some Jedi stuff. But
Yeah, but how did he get the eye?
I mean, you're bringing up valid points here, bud. I mean, I didn't really think about a Yoda Rocket battle, but maybe you're right. I mean,
Disney, if you're listening, there's a hell of a lot of ideas here.
Yes,
If you want
absolutely.
to just go over that.
absolutely.
Make a new series.
Bonfire Banter.
Yes. Yeah. Patent pending. Patent pending.
Yes,
Yeah.
patent pending,
What is
patent
that show on
pending.
MTV, that death match show? They should totally do that.
Say this again.
Have you ever seen that show? It was like a claymation WWE.
Oh,
death
yeah.
match
Celebrity
show,
death
like,
match.
on MTV. We have
Yep.
to do that for Yoda and Rocket.
Yeah. Yes. See, better idea. There's ideas flying out of everywhere. I don't know why they never brought that show back. It was pretty
I
entertaining.
thought they were for a second, but
Yeah.
and I never heard
That
anything
was
else
so
about it.
funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
MTV past 10. Yeah.
One thing I didn't. This has nothing to do with Marvel.
That's fine.
Disney Plus, I didn't even know, but Inspector Gadget's on it.
Okay. Are you talking about like the live action one or
Yeah.
like the cartoons?
Like the live action.
Okay. Wasn't that a little while back that they made that movie? It was a while
It's on
ago.
Disney Plus.
Who was Inspector Gadget again? It was Matthew Broderick, maybe? Right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while, but you watched it recently?
I love that movie.
Did you? Okay, cool. I have to rewatch it, but yeah, Inspector Gadget has an idea of a guy's pretty cool. Again, it's kind of like an Iron Man to a point
But
that
with stupid tools.
yeah, a little helicopter hat and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Iron Man's definitely a little more refined, a little more.
Spring shoes.
The spring shoes are definitely comical.
A toothpaste finger.
Hey, that's just smart.
It's handy.
That's just handy. That's just, yeah, it's just useful.
That's resourceful.
Yes, exactly right.
A lighter finger.
I'm not gonna hate on that.
I mean, how
one.
many times you need to light a fire? I mean, tonight we could have used, if you would have had a lighter finger, we would have had you start the fire. You know? Exactly right.
Yeah, but if you had Raccoon's gun, just choo. And the laser will light the whole thing on fire.
I think maybe you just need to get into maybe doing sound effects for movies because your laser guns, it sounds pretty accurate.
No.
Choo choo, pew pew.
Yeah, but I was watching.
Yeah, I will
it was
say
a
yours
hilarious
are not as
video.
good as
And
his.
Oh, he's way better.
it was funny. I was watching a try not to laugh video, and it was a stormtrooper, and
I think I've seen
because
something.
the Empire had fallen,
Yeah.
he's trying to get a new job and it's COVID. So he's got like the laser scanner for the forehead temperature, and he keeps like missing every time he goes.
Because stormtroopers famously can't shoot,
and
right?
the lady takes it and does it, and she goes, "That's how you do it." and he goes like above the head, over here, over here.
That's so funny. I think there was a scene, I don't even know much about The Mandalorian, but I think they made fun of that too at one
they
point.
did.
They're like, oh yeah, can you shoot that down? A guy can't hit the can or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so funny. See, we need these young eyes on these
I know,
things. I
right?
didn't even hear about that, but that's hilarious.
Dude,
I didn't even know
what
they were.
happens when you spend all day on TikTok.
I sent my dad a fart song today.
Yeah. How does that go? Do you know the lyrics?
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
yeah.
Oh,
Should I
yeah.
play it?
No, no.
I think you should.
No.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I say do it.
No, I don't know the whole thing.
He doesn't know the whole thing. He's gonna pull. He's gonna pull it up.
He's gonna pull out the TikTok.
This is
That
fantastic.
person used to be-
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I just didn't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we're good to go. The fact that Braden wants to show it, I think, makes it even better. So
You gotta put it next to the mic.
Yeah, I
just put
know.
the speaker next to the mic, and we'll get it.
Oh my God, it's the Beauty and the Beast.
ABC single. I think I have heard this on TikTok. I have seen it. Fantastic stuff, everybody.
Way to
Only the
go.
finest of content here on Bonfire Banter. Oh, that's hilarious.
Bring up Beauty and the Beast, and I can't even handle it right now.
Is Sophia allowed on TikTok yet or no?
No,
Good job.
not because of that, just because of the other stuff that's on TikTok.
Yes, precisely.
That's like a dark hole that you can't go down. You can your hours later, you're like, what time is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
there was
No.
over the summer. I was sitting there with my dad, just randomly sending ones because he told me to stop. So I just kept
She
on.
did more on purpose.
Yeah, just to make him mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I looked at the time, and I opened my door, and I'm like, oh my God, my mom is in bed. And I look at the time. Oh, it's already 6 o'clock. Oh,
In the morning?
yeah. and I close my door really quietly. Okay, I'm going to pretend.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you got to pull a good move because in the morning you got to pretend like you're not so sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, a lot of times, my mom or my stepdad will throw an ice cube down the back of my shirt.
Oh, that gets you going in the morning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in
Little
Young
sprinkle ice
Show.
water.
I had my dad do that
it's
to me a
better
few
than the
times
threat
growing up.
that I got a bucket of water with ice in it if you don't get
Ooh.
up in like 5 seconds.
Did you ever get it?
No, because I did not want it in
Yeah,
my bed. 'cause I
you
would
were
have to
motivated
clean the
enough.
bed.
Yeah.
The threat
That's a
was
free
good
water
enough
bed,
for
man.
me.
Yeah.
In Young Sheldon, his sister puts a tadpole down her shirt, and the grandma goes, "Oh, poor kid, he tucks those shirts in too."
That makes it way worse when you get something put down your shirt. If it's tucked in, yeah, it's got nowhere to go. Oh, that's funny. Well, Jeff, I kind of have to bring it back to you here before we sign off. As far as we were talking about fight scenes earlier before you sat down. Is there one that stands out in your mind as like that was like the pinnacle of best fight scene you
the
saw?
best fight scene I saw was the ending of the Endgame.
Any of Endgame?
No, that was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how you look at it, when they start coming through the circle that he made,
Yeah.
and everybody comes in, they start the fight scene there.
Yeah.
That was epic.
Yeah.
Just undeniable.
I
That
mean,
day was like
that was the best one of them all.
easily the
Can't deny
greatest.
it.
You
Can't deny
couldn't.
this.
Yeah, it really is.
And the thing is, at that point too, you're so invested in all these characters. It's like that one last like curtain call almost
Right.
for like all
Well,
these
and then
characters.
it really
And
was
they
a
also
curtain call
said-
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially
and then
for
they said,
Captain,
"Is that
even for
everybody?"
Thanos.
And he said,
Yeah.
"Did you want more?" You know,
Yeah.
that was classic.
Yeah, that's a good line. Absolutely. But before we sign off here, I want to say thank you to JPL Property Services. We're going to need some more firewood here soon, Jim. So I'll be calling you here real soon. More Brewing Company. Thank you, Ross, again for supplying us with tasty beverages whenever you can here. York Furrier. I was able to wear the hat last week. It was a little warmer, but this rain, it doesn't really work out. But we got to figure something out for the summer that we could do with fur hats and fur goods sitting outside around the fire in the
Blankets,
summer.
'cause it gets
Doesn't
cold.
line up as well. In the winter, it worked out perfectly. Consume Cannabis. Thanks again to Brittany over there. I'm going to be reaching out to you soon as well to maybe get some more products as well. And then Mike's and Casey's Meat Market. Very important. Next week on Sunday. We're shooting on a Sunday. It's our Superfans episode. We're bringing back Matt Cassane. He's doing some Chris Farley type impressions. We're going to be sitting down, talking Bears, talking Bulls, talking everything Chicago. We're going to be doing our SNL homage to the Superfans. And on that episode, Mike's and Casey's Meat Markets is sponsoring us with a bunch of meats. So we're looking to have a good time on that one. I want to say thank you to Jay and Joe Create as well. Jay's going to be coming out here soon to do a tattoo episode. That's going to be June 20th. It's actually on Father's Day. So Father's Day, look out for that one. Shout out to the Basement Boys. As always, I want to say thank you to Amanda for coming out all the way from Florida, making it happen. Amanda's wanting to do some podcasting stuff here soon too. So I'm hoping this, trampolines you, or, pushes you forward to getting that going. Tell us a little bit about what your idea is of what you want to do.
I don't have an idea anymore. It's all over the place now. So
Well, it's
I'll give
you. You just got to be yourself.
Yeah, my life is chaos.
Yeah, it's
sell, but
perfect.
I just have to figure out where I start.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just start. The hardest thing to do is just get it going, and you'll find your way from there. But you're part of the Bonfire Banter family now. So if you never need any help with any technological stuff, you let us know, and we'll definitely help you any way we can. And love to give you back on an episode. And maybe at some point you guys could come out to Chicago and
Thank you for having me.
sit down. Absolutely.
I'm thrilled.
All right.
You guys have a great night.
We're going to thank you so much, Amanda. We'll talk to you soon. Claremont Collections, we want to give a shout out to them. Bob Olson, as well as Todd Causley. Shout out to both those guys as well. Hopefully getting Todd on here soon. Had to reschedule his episode. Might even bring in Jeff, maybe with Todd on that episode, just to get another movie guy out here. This guy Todd we met through doing the show has actually been filming and directing this a documentary. A very famous actor. I'll tell you off screen because we don't want to spoil his surprise. But a very famous Chicago actor. He's been getting this footage for like 5 years to his documentary, and he actually gave the Bonfire Banter team like a private viewing of it early before they're going to put it in theaters. So we got to see it. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So maybe get you back out on that one. We need another guy to sit down. It's a big movie buff, so maybe bring you back out on that one. Get you on a full episode. But thanks for coming out tonight, at least, and showing up.
For
and
a few minutes.
yeah, absolutely. At least to get you at the very end of this thing. And then to the Cornice guys over here, Mike. Thanks for coming out, and thank you for bringing star of the show tonight, Mr. Braden Cornice.
Absolutely.
Fantastic stuff. First guy like under 30 we've had on the show, so thanks for bringing in a new crowd for us. Now we're gonna get younger guys watching the show just because you came on tonight.
None of my friends have Facebook.
No.
I guarantee it. Every single one of them is playing video games right now.
Well, we gotta get you home to maybe do the same.
Yeah.
But you can tell them to watch them on us on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So you guys watching YouTube, right?
Yeah, they watch the
if,
YouTubes.
If they're not watching gamers,
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably watching streamers all day long, but
probably.
yeah. Well, thank you for everyone who's tuning in. Keep liking, subscribing. That helps us more than you know. Bonfire Banter. Keep stoking those fires. We'll see you very soon. Have a good night. Bonfire Banter. We want to give a special shout out to all of our sponsors. Since day one, York Furrier has been helping us out, supporting us on social media, gave us some fantastic hats. What could be better than that? Keep me warm all winter long around this fire. Since 1931, they've been a locally owned and operated purveyor of exceptional furs, fine outerwear, and unique accessories. Check them out in downtown Elmhurst on York Road. The finest fur establishment, furry, that you're going to find anywhere in Chicagoland area. That's where the stars are going when they're filming in Chicago. They're going to York Furrier. So check them out. Thanks again for all your support. More Brewing Company. Big thank you to them. They've been letting us try some of their amazing craft beers. They're out in Huntley is their main establishment with most of their brewing equipment on Automall Drive. You can also check them out in Villa Park on Villa. My new favorite beer is actually by them, Partially Cloudy. So thank you so much for turning me on to this one, and thanks for your support, More Brewing Company. If you're looking for unique craft beers and artfully crafted food, go check them out. Again, supporting local business is what this is all about right now. JPL Property Services, keeping us warm around the fire with that full face cord. Thank you so much to Jim for dropping that off. If you're looking for anything from landscaping to snow removal, look no further. Jim will get you taken care of. JPL Property Services. Check them out on Facebook. And lastly, Jay and Jill Create. That's our art director, Jay. Jay and Jill Create. Pretty much print you anything you want. T-shirts, mugs, ornaments, gifts, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something creative, give them a call. Jay and Jill Create. Check them out on Facebook as well. As always, thank you to all of our sponsors. And here's to us, hoping we can get a few more. Bonfire Banter. We'll see you soon.